NatChat. I'm Amber Hardman. Welcome back, Judy.
Thank you.
Now, I think before the break, we were talking a little bit, more of your roles, but I'd like to talk about, some things that you've done more recently. Some of your passions maybe. I can see that, you had a lot of success earlier on in your career.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little bit of disaster, but you're still very positive and you have a lot of passions. What are some of the things that you've been doing more recently?
Yeah, no, I think it's funny. When people get used to seeing you on television, or it's sort of like, what happened to Judy Green? Where did she go? And it's kind of like, well, I didn't go anywhere. I've been still traveling, having a great life. I have done film work. I got into the bodybuilding for a while. I've tried many, many things. And it's kind of funny, like right now, my absolute passion is property and real estate. And I haven't done so much yet. I did one in Port Melbourne a couple of years ago with a couple of girls, and then I just finished a place in LA, and it's very kind of stressful, but I love to be in my overalls and being creative. And
so in what aspect are you in real estate? So are you decorating houses or?
No, basically you have to try and buy one first, so that's, so it's trying to buy right and then decide what to do with it. And I think anyone, especially when we're in Melbourne, I'm always around the property trail Saturday morning, like many people. I've got the paper, and sometimes you're successful with auctions and sometimes you're not, and you have to do so much right. But I don't know why. I mean, this is all what's in my head all the time. It's not like where is my next movie role or where is whatever. I mean, this is truly my passion, and I just love it.
Yeah, wow. You said that you got into your overalls. What are you doing in your overalls exactly?
No,
are you painting? Are you, getting into the garden or?
No, well, we have a home in South Melbourne, so, you always have just small courtyards there. But, it's sort of, I do love gardening, so I've made a lot out of what we have, I guess you could say. And, my overalls is a term people use that really know me. And, I do a lot of sort of creative painting. I'm always making something into something else. And it's just kind of a figure of speech. As I say, people that really know me, like the old Judy or the Judy that I can be, I can be dressed up or look a certain way. But, I just, for the most part of it, I just like, creating, whatever that is to me.
What keeps you going though? Like, what gives you this positive attitude to, not give up and, say yes to things?
No, well, I've always been a yes person. My dad used to say, you have to learn to say no. It's like, well, we come here and do this, be a model, come to South America, do bodybuilding, there's so many things, and I don't know. It's just always been my nature. If we're having lunch, would you like another glass of Chardonnay? It's like, oh yes, please. I don't know. It's just this thing that comes out of my mouth. So I think it's just my nature. I'm always excited to try things. I'm an Aries. I don't know. They say we're the babies of the zodiac. We're always wanting to know about things. We're inquisitive and all that sort of stuff. So I think that's just me.
That's really good. Now, you mentioned that you have done some bodybuilding work. Now, your husband Richard is very into martial arts. Mm-hmm. Is that something that you did with him, or is that something separate?
Well, I don't want to particularly talk about my accident, but after I had the accident, when the time was right, doing weight training would help stabilise the I don't know the right word to put it, stabilise the body, because I'd had a stroke on this side of my body. So I got into some weight training to sort of balance things. Then later again, I got into kickboxing, but no contact to the head, because that helps with the left and right brain integration. And then, well, when Richard and I met, his form of martial arts, Goju, was a little bit difficult for me then, because there's so many blocks and so many things, and it was very confusing for me to work out all the different poses and things like that. So, but now down the track, I'm starting to think that maybe I would like to do other martial arts as well. I don't like jiu-jitsu, but I'm kind of it's sort of like I've just really started back at the gym now, and I'm kind of, so much of my life seemed to have things to do with my looks or my body. I kind of got over it, you know, and I think the overall's part of, like, you know, dress down, don't
Really
look at
shedding
me.
the whole
Who
glamour.
cares about the body, you know, it's more, you know, it's like the inner me. And then now it's like, God, you know, I should honour some of the things that I've done and who I am. And yes, I want to be fit and we're all living longer. Why not look after, you know, myself and my temple? So, you know, I'm back, I'm sort of, I don't know, I'm getting that sort of spunk back again. I like it.
Would you find having that, you know, a bit more physical fitness helps you undertake the things that you want to undertake?
I'm a tunnel vision person, and that's a good thing and a bad thing. So, you know, when I'm doing the real estate stuff, you know, I don't undergo training. So I'm now trying to find the balance to fit more in, which I feel that I'm able to do. It doesn't have to be one or the other, you know, it's sort of that balance sort of back, whereas usually I just want to absorb myself with one thing, whatever it is, and that's all I'll think about. And, you know, I think I don't need to be like that.
Very good. Now, you said that you have been based in LA and Australia. Whereabouts do you spend most of your time at the moment?
In the past, well, Rich and I, you know, we've been together like 23 years or so. You know, most of Richard's work was originating out of California or, you know, filming in different countries, of course. As time goes by, you know, we're working more towards, you know, doing more product in Australia, you know, which Under the Red Moon, which you spoke to Richard about, you know, that was shot here. And, you know, we're working, you know, especially Richard, towards, you know, doing more movies here and, you know, whether on the producing side or acting side. So that's certainly what we both want. You know, I think, you know, Melbourne, you know, I'm nothing against Sydney or whatever, I live in Melbourne, you know, and it is the most livable city in the world, and it's just wonderful. And when you do travel a lot, especially for the ageing population, there couldn't be a better place in the world to be. And I'm not talking about doom and gloom, you know, getting older, but, you know, you just, you know, the public transport, and there's so many wonderful things that can give you such a full life, and there's so much support here, you know, and I really see that and get that. And of course, both of us have family here, which is always a huge draw card.
Yeah, I bet. Look, thanks for coming in today, Judy. We're just beginning to run out of time. It'd be really lovely to have you back on, though, to unpack a couple of more things. For example, the movie that you've just recently worked on, Under a Red Moon.
Thank you.
Okay, but thanks so much for coming on today. You've been watching NatChat. I'm Amber Hardman. Please join us next week.